All right, guys, let's talk about ICT market maker models. All right. Quick disclaimer: anything I say, it's not financial advice. I'm going to teach it how I see it. All right. So if you guys want to see ICT's way, go watch his video. This is how I see it. If you guys like it, I've got a Discord. You guys can join whatever you guys want to do. I don't really care. But let's talk about it. Take some notes. Right. A smart person always learns hard rather than harder. All right. So take some notes while you're watching it. You might learn something. Just be proactive, etc. ICT market maker model. ICT market maker model. First things first. I have to say your high time frame is everything. Right. You can't escape the high time frame. Whatever you do, there's no hidden time frames. You can't escape it. All right. You have to find your high time frame objective. All right. So if you're having a sell week, a sell day, a sell 4 hour profile, what's your objective? For this example, this is going to be the high time frame objective, right? So I'll just go HTF, high time frame, right? High time frame objective. So now, once we are reaching our high time frame objective, we are in a sell curve. Price has a reason to head lower, right? Our high time frame objective. This could be a daily fair value gap. This could be a liquidity pool, any PDRA, any reason you guys have for price to reach your objective. Respecting bearish order flow, right? As we're pushing lower, right, we will potentially, pop out at some highs, sweep some highs, and head lower. We'll be mitigating, of course, fair value gaps as we continue lower to reach our high time frame objective, right? So within order flow, utilizing kill zone, news with our line time frame. If you are using the high time frame, utilize news. If you are using the lower time frame, utilize kill zones. Kill zones will usually make these highs, right? Because this here will be the manipulation, right? And then distribution lower. Beautiful. Okay, same thing here. Okay, so if this was Asia, Asia highs got swept, London made the high, displacement lower, then New York could potentially make a retracement and then head lower to our objective. Beautiful. Moves with open and low close, AMD. Understanding when price would pause or distribute, right? Open and low close is your accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? So this everything here is accumulation. Sorry, everything here is accumulation, right? So if this is Asia, Asian session gets manipulated. Asian session gets accumulated. London manipulates, makes the high, so makes the wick, okay, on the daily candle, right? So right here. And then we continue distributing with New York. Beautiful. And this, of course, works with, if you're using the high time frame. Potentially Monday accumulated, Tuesday made the high, right, with news potentially manipulated, took the highs, and we started distributing. And then Friday met the objective, and then you might get a thank God it's Friday setup, okay, which we'll be talking about potentially in a later video. But for now, let's not digress. Clear draw. If you have a clear draw on liquidity followed by bearish arguments and high time frame profile, you pretty much have a gold mine of a trade. Simple as that. And the same thing works in a buy curve, right? We've met our high time frame objective. Let's say this is a high time frame fair value gap. Let's say this is a daily fair value gap. Everything here, right, should be a buy curve. Everything should be supporting that price is higher. So we should be reaching this with time, right? And price. So we're going to see our usual setups. We're going to see bearish order flow no longer holding. And we're going to see bullish order flows holding, right? This area right here is your SMR, right? Smart money reversals, where there is a reason to reverse high time frame key area, right? Then we are provided with a SMT or a breaker, right? Your SMT is when price fails to sweep this low because your correlated pair already swept it and will continue higher and you're not left stranded waiting for this low to be swept. Time and price. Approach this with time and price, right? If you're approaching this, let's say this is a continuation, you want to potentially see this being, having some sort of news driver or some sort of volatility to see the manipulation, right? And then start distributing higher throughout the coming candles, throughout the days, throughout the hours. High time frame profile. As this price is pausing here, you most likely get a previous candle sweep on the high time frame, which I guess you guys can say CRT. Doesn't really matter. It's not CRT. Everything is CRT because it's all AMD, right? Everything's open and close. And this is your high time frame profile, previous candle sweep, unless there is a SMT, right? If there's a SMT, then it just becomes a mitigation block. Beautiful. Now in buy curve, price has a reason to head higher, respecting bullish order flow, utilizing kill zones aligned with time frames, moves with open line close, okay, blah, blah, blah. Same shit as we spoke about in sell curve, right? But it's just in a buy curve. And you're going to be seeing these lows being made in certain times. And you're going to be seeing these distributions made in certain times, right? And they're all going to be following your high time frame profile, right? So let's quickly go to our chart. Here we have AUD, okay? So weekly fair value gap here. That is our higher time frame objective, okay? Now let's align this with our monthly open or close. So we have the opening price here, okay? I will just do this actually for you guys. Bam, bam. I think I missed one of the BAMs. So we've got 2 BAMs there, 3 BAMs, perfect. So now if we look at this in the 4 hour, we have the weekly fair value gap right here. And this is our smart money reversal right here, okay? And our sell curve would be right, if I can find this. This is our sell curve. And our buy curve is, if I can find the same thing, this, right? Our objective is that in the buy curve. Our objective is the weekly fair value gap in the sell curve, right? Very, very easy. And what are you waiting for? You're waiting for bearish order flow. So you're waiting for, opportunities like this where, as I spoke about earlier, where price does, accumulate, then pop out to take out some highs, then continue lower. Beautiful, right? Here we have the same thing, price accumulating. Then we have a Friday setup. Friday with news pushes price lower. Beautiful for our next week, right? You don't need to trade the sell curve. You can just trade the buy curve, right? Which is exactly what I did, to accumulate over 300 RR in a single week, right? And that's not bullshit. That's across all my accounts, right? I'll show you guys proof. It's all the proofs in Discord, right? Regardless, the sell curve is respecting bearish order flow. And this is what you guys need to focus on. Respecting bearish order flow until we meet the objective. So let's say we're using this fair value gap as a key area. We have a total sweep into a key area. We have that range being swept, and then we see the distribution lower. Once we are here, I guess you could do a change of state delivery. You could do a market structure shift. Anything that's confirming your reversal. SMT, break is being formed. You might need to filter through some time frames to make it better, right? Like this looks much better than the 4 hour. You have the breaker being formed. Breaker gets respected, and then we see the push up. Beautiful, right? Hopefully you guys aren't lost yet. And again, this is your SMR, right? You have the sell curve here, then you have the buy curve there. Beautiful. And once you do have the smart money reversal, it gives you that confidence for price to head higher. And that's where you guys can start entering off, right? You start utilizing the daily, okay? You start utilizing the 4 hour. So the 4 hour here, we have a order block overlapping with a fair value gap right there, okay? And then we have price starting, so Sunday, Monday, doesn't really matter, starting the push up, right? There's no need for price to sweep this CRT, right? I've spoke about it in my Discord, because a lot of people were potentially waiting for this to be swept. Candle range theory, that should get swept, then you should be seeing higher prices, right? Not always the case. I spoke about this in my Discord, why this shouldn't get swept. And then, we're still respecting order flows, right? Every retracement here, you can see, aren't making fair value gaps, right? So they're making IDRs. Go watch the previous videos, start understanding, start taking some notes, right? Lock in a bit. Order block, overlap with the fair value gap, beautiful. Making the low for the week. Continuation higher, meet the objective, easy as. Okay, we go to the daily. What do we see on the daily? We see a daily fair value gap. This daily fair value gap should push price higher, right? Should continue distributing to take out the objective. Okay, so now we go down on the 1 hour. How does this look like, right? You have a lot of liquidity here. You guys just marking that daily fair value gap gets rid of all your losses. Gets rid of this loss here, gets rid of this loss here. Potentially you tried swooping this, you know what I mean? You tried buying this order block here, whatever it may be, right? You just mark in that daily fair value gap, makes it much easier, right? And what's happening here on, like the lower time frames, the 4 hour, let me go on the 15 minute. What's happening here, once we are approaching this, we're approaching these with our new 4 hour candles, right? And this is where price can get confusing for you guys if you guys aren't equipped with the knowledge. For those who are, like the ones in my Discord, you guys know how beautiful these setups are, right? Money printers. But let's continue, right? We had FOMC, right? Manipulating, just creating interest, right? Just trying to get people in the market. You know what I mean? Because what usually happens is when we're expanding like this, then a lot of people want to get on board with this price action. So they enter, and price pauses. All the entries here, they'll get stopped out, right? And then the real move happens. And that's exactly what's happened here. People are entering, right? Not realizing we do have FOMC. So regardless of wherever you enter, you'll still get liquidated. And then we trade the price action right after FOMC. And that's what we get. What do we see here? We see our bearish fair value gaps failing to displace price lower. And we have bullish fair value gaps and bullish order flow respecting price to reach our overall objective. Very, very easy. Even here, right? You're having fair value gaps displace price and giving you guys entries, right? So you have this one here. That was my entry there. Another continuation right there. So that's the second entry, third entry. And once objective is met, we stay off the charts. Very, very simple.